I know it's annoyingly egotistical to admit this, but a part of me really pities the newest generation of gamers. Not because of all the paywall battle pass bullshit, but because one of gaming's most compelling genres, the classic real-time strategy, or RTS, de facto died before they were born and shows little to no sign of coming back. Please be good. Consequently, the unapologetic nostalgia bait that is fantasy RTS Godsworn, which so viscerally conjured up inside me memories of those rainy Saturday afternoons spent binge playing StarCraft Brood War, Warcraft 3, and the Battle for Middle-earth, will likely do little for anyone who didn't play any of those games. But if you did, do I have good news? Godsworn, which releases into early access on March 28th, currently features a skirmish mode and 5 voice-acted story missions that give you rotating control of 3 gods from Baltic mythology. The sun-bringing, sword-wielding Saula, the clever and conniving Aushrene, and the brooding moon god Mensis.
Oh, a foolish little priest, come to oppose the gods.
Together, and with the help of a solid Baltic folk soundtrack, you'll wage war on an upstart faction that's been leeching away the followers you need to power your shrines. Godsworn's shrine system is an interesting take on base building. Each minute you'll gain a new follower who can be allocated to a number of by-the-book RTS obligations, like gathering food, chopping wood, mining gold, and building buildings. Click a structure into existence and one of your followers, who all default to shrine worship duties, will snap out of their religious fervor and build or repair whatever it is you want. Buildings have worker slots that you can then fill or reduce depending on your current needs, and if trouble comes knocking, your workers will automatically take shelter at the nearest watchtower. These automated systems free you up to focus on killing everything in sight. In addition to bandit camps and forest creeps you can pick off early to start leveling up your god, the enemy AI will send pretty frequent raids your way even on easy mode. Pairing fun unit combinations with your increasingly devastating god powers makes for intense and satisfying combat.
End of my patience is nigh.
At least that is until your AI companion inevitably ruins everything. That's right, whichever god you don't pick each mission will help you complete the mission's objectives. Such help might include dramatically overextending troops early, thereby triggering enemy trebuchets that make short work of your shrine before you've built a single troop. Thus, part of the campaign's challenge becomes accounting for your own AI ally. Add in some questionable balancing and a seeming inability to save your game, at least I couldn't figure out how to, and you might endure some frustrating setbacks through no real fault of your own. While we're griping, Godsworn does allow you to select and command all your troops at once with a single button, but an inability to create individual squad key bindings means you'll need to do a lot of micromanagement, or else risk accidentally pulling units away from strategic locations with that select all button. And yes, I did that 4,000 times. Oh, and no camera rotation option can make it hard to effectively prioritize individual enemies when there's a lot on the screen. Everything else about Godsworn is okay. The UI is intuitive if plain, the maps have interesting layouts but are thematically repetitive, and the visuals, though unremarkable from a fidelity standpoint, accomplish the overall aesthetic that Godsworn's developers were going for. At the time of recording this review, Godsworn's price is still unannounced, but I'd expect it to fall within the range of $20 to $30. So, in the end, Godsworn is a promising, if unpolished, resurrection of those RTS games of old, which makes it tough for me to objectively review, seeing as I am inherently biased to the genre. But when did that ever stop me from sharing an opinion that nobody asked for? Godsworn gets a subject to change aggregate megascore of 3.15 out of 5, and I look forward to revisiting the game when it gets closer to 1.0. Until then, this is Scope, and thanks for watching.